Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, hello everyone.
So tell me, today we are talking a lot about pretty and beautiful things, as in terms of the website. And when it comes to fashion, you are from Paris, right?
Yes, right. I born in Paris. Our company Zadig and Voltaire was founded 20 years ago by Thierry Gillier. We are a premium luxury brand.
Okay. And as a premium luxury brand working in fashion, what is the weight and importance of beautifulness on the web in e-commerce?
Yeah, it's very important because we need to have the same experience inside our retail shop and also our e-commerce to have something unified.
Of course, absolutely. I'm hoping you're going to be telling all about it right now. I'll leave you on the stage. Another round of applause. Jonathan, you go ahead.
Thank you. So let's go, guys. Bonjour in French. I don't know how to say it in Latvian, sorry. So I will present myself. I'm Jonathan. I work at Zadig et Voltaire. I'm CTO over there. Since last year, I've been working in the digital area for more than 10 years now. I started like a developer and then did some lead developer stuff. I knew Magento in 2010. It was in Brazil when I moved there for 6 years. And then I fall in love with Magento, with the community and stuff, like everyone is always saying. And I worked with big projects like Hermes, where we were 16 developers, 8 architects. I was one of them. So I have experience with headless approach for a couple of years now. So what they told me about digital at Zadig and Voltaire last year before I arrived, they told me that there were no techies in the digital team. So it will be the first time for me in a company without anyone to speak about technology, let's say, someone that understands you. So it was quite a challenge. We had also just one person that was creating the tickets, user stories, and communicate with the web agency. We have actually a team of 20 persons, approximately, in the digital area. We are an international brand. We are in Europe, we are in the US, in Asia, and we are growing quite fast in the last years. We represent 10% of the total business of Zadig. And there were also a roadmap to be defined. We had some ideas, the team had a lot of ideas to do, but nothing was in a roadmap. So our stakeholders needed to have something more clear and what will happen in the next couple of years. Problem with the control? It's not, oh. Okay, it's my team. So we are approximately 20 near the Eiffel Tower. It's where our offices are. So we are quite well localized in Paris. So I had some actions to take when I arrived there. I needed to know all about what's happening in my team. So speak with each of them. Your team is your best partner. It's with them that you will create a nice story. So I need to know all the tasks they were doing on a daily basis and also the processes. I needed also to audit the current architecture. We were on a Magento 1 Enterprise Edition, an old one. We had like 10 years of Magento 1. So we had 4 agencies working with us during all this time. So you can imagine the technical depth we had over there. I did also source code, of course, took a look on if we were using the best practices, because we had to stabilize the stuff. I reviewed also all the partners we were working with, all the tools, the manual tasks, because I saw that the people were talking a lot about, oh, I'm doing a lot of manual tasks. It takes me so much time. I don't have time to think about the strategy of what we will be doing in the next couple of years. And also the map of the services and the dependencies. I will give you an example. Adding a payment method can be easy on Adyen. You just click, you activate, it's okay, it's working. On Magento back office, you activate it, it's okay, you have it, nice. But when it comes to the reporting for the financial team, if you don't tell them that you have a new payment method, they will forget. They will not have the numbers. They don't have the KPIs about these new payment orders. So you need to map all this kind of stuff. Then the facts, 3 months after, I can see that I have a structured and motivated team. It's very important because, as I said, you will work with them. Tons of manual tasks, like crazy, importing our catalog. It was a CSV file. So you can imagine that you put a semicolon in the wrong place and then you import the file and it's not working. Let's do it again. Let's find where is the semicolon, the extra one. Just crazy. It's not possible to continue this way. We need to move on. I was lucky to have big expectations from the team. They wanted to implement a lot of new services for our customers. And as I told you, an old architecture, we needed to stabilize it because we were in October, a big sales period for us in November and also in December with Christmas, New Year. So we had some downtimes on the past. So we did a lot of improvements on the Magento 1 side. And we need to stabilize the business for sure. And I started defining the roadmap, thinking about a new architecture on the website. As I told you, I was expert like in headless commerce. So I started to write it. And we are lucky because our stakeholders know that digital is very important for us. So they are investing it for the long term. So that's really great. Okay, so here is my team expectations. We wanted a better mobile experience because our website is actually very old. The one you are accessing, actually, the European one, is on our old design. But before implementing a new design, we decided to first do a solid architecture, a new one, and then we will work on this part. And we had also a lot of problems with contribution. Our team was contributing on Magento 1 CMS, which I think all you know, it's like painful. So we need to find another way to contribute. Omnichannel, yeah, it's a big topic for us. We have actually 2 services. We use ship from store. It means we have our stocks from our retail shops, like Unified. And if we don't have the stock in the warehouse, we pass through the nearest shops. So we do this on Magento 1. It's quite cool, but we have problems with our IT legacy systems. They are kind of older than some people maybe here. So yeah, big challenges over there also. And we needed to automate tasks because, as I told you, a lot of manual tasks. So we need to go for automation. And sometimes we had some workflows to create or just modify. Sometimes the guys were doing the things quite well. It was just an adjustment to make it working better. Personalization, we are working with early birds just to give a better experience. Like if we know it's a woman or a man, we can show some content more relevant for them. And also with all the flow they have in the categories, the products they take a look. So we push some products that are with the navigation they had. Data is also a big topic. We need to sanitize it because we have old systems. We don't have tools, for example, to get the real address. We don't have a lot of problems delivering our products, actually. We don't have a big return rate, so it's cool, but it's better to have something cleaner. and also implement a new data layer, because we need to know better our customers. Actually, we track some things, but not so much. We don't know their real behavior on the website, what they are looking at, so we will implement a totally new data layer that will allow us to know them better and address them better. And in the CRM part, we implemented the e-ticket. So you go in the shop, you buy it. Normally you have the printed ticket, but now we ask them if they prefer the e-ticket, and then we can take their email. Of course, we ask them if we can send them some emails about our brand, and also a welcome pack. So we will, for example, have the first sale on the shop, and then we will introduce them to our brand. We will explain them who we are, what we are doing, and what we want to do, and show them our brand. So now it's the funniest part. It's let's go, let's do it, let's do the digital transformation. So first of all, you have to gear your team with the best tools. We were using some old ticket systems that were not adapted to work on an agile method. So I introduced this new agile method in the company. We work with Jira, Confluence for the documentation. It's been quite interesting to see all the people are reacting with how it works now. I had the person, as I told you on my first slides, were creating the tickets with the web agency to communicate with them. So I defined this person as the product owner, because she was the person the most okay to do this job, because she knew all about the different business parts of the digital team and also the company. And then we help them to grow, because it's important for a person. You want to have some expectations for the future, for what you will do. So we define with them their business needs, and also trying to remove all the manual tasks again. And we created our backlog, we prioritized it with user stories in different sprints. And we have seen some months after that the team productivity was quite better, and it was clear for them where we were going. So it was time to do the new website request for quotation. And we have chosen like 5 agencies in Europe. And we have met all of them. We have talked about them, about our project. It was clear for us what we wanted to do. I will talk to you about later about it. And it was quite interesting to meet the different actors. And I introduced also my team to them, because it's better for them to explain what we want to do. And now the question was why Magento 2? The idea was that Magento was an amazing community. And for me, personally, it's very important to have a lot of support from everyone. I would like to thank you, all you guys, about this. And of course, it's an open source platform. It allows you a lot of flexibility. You can do whatever you want. You can create the experience you want with a platform like this. And you are not also driven by the product roadmap only. You can have your own roadmap and you can do what you want. We need a localized platform. Of course, it's Magento 1 do it very well also, Magento 2 too. And we need to localize more and more our website and our customer experience. For example, with the right shipping methods for the right person, and also the payment methods. We need to have the payments methods in Germany, in Austria, because we have business in all these countries. And yeah, guys, Magento 1 end of life is coming. Just don't forget about this. I think you have a lot of emails about this, actually a lot of buzzwords in the Twitter and everything. So we need to move, and that's why we decided to move. And yeah, Magento is changing with Adobe. We can see it. A lot of integrations are coming. It's gonna be interesting, I think, in my opinion. I started to look more at the Adobe products. And of course, it fitted our technical and business needs. It's the most important thing when you choose your platform. So I'll speak about our new architecture. What we don't want to do, it's clear, we don't want to have everything on a single platform. We don't want to depend on just a single platform, because if you have a problem, you will have a downtime directly. If you push something wrong, you are, sorry, the word, I can tell it, you are messed. So we wanted to have a scalable and resilient platform. And because we have business 24 hours, we are in the worldwide, so we need to have something that works. And if one of the applications fail, we need to serve a website. So it was one of the key points for this new project. We would like also to use out-of-the-box features, because what happened during 10 years? During 10 years, you have a lot of agencies working with you. Sometimes they are specialized with Magento, other times not. You have a team, a business team that doesn't know so much about Magento. So sometimes they tell you, oh, I want to implement this, but they don't have the real business value sometimes. And you can lose a lot of money because you will do some strong customizations, and you will go like with more than 30% customizations on your Magento. So you need to think, I need Magento for this, or should I fit out-of-the-box features? So we decided to fit more the out-of-the-box features, because sometimes we are not so far from the out-of-the-box features, and the people can understand if you show them, oh, it works. So then the maintainability is very important. We need to have an upgradable platform also, and it's what we have with Magento 2, so it's cool. And finally, a secure platform. So the product information system we use actually is Akinio. It was already in place when I arrived at the company. We are very happy with it, so we keep it. It's after, you know, I told you about the CSV files, like with the semicolon and stuff. So now we have Akinio. We don't have this problem anymore, thanks God. Emergentizing, we decided to go with M2. I think we will go with another tool in the near future, but now it's fine for us because we do a lot of manual merchandising. As I told you, we need to have the same experience in shops and also in our e-commerce. Because when you go into a Zadig and Voltaire shop, you will see all the products are, and in our website, it's going to be the same. So you can't automate everything. The CMS part was very important also for us, because we needed to have a better way to contribute, easiest one. So we decided to have a headless approach with Prismic. And then the omni-channel came. So we are having some troubles with M1. It's kind of complicated to do so. So MSI was a great fit for us. So we implemented it for the new project. We are using two different stocks, actually, one for the warehouse and one for the unified one, like we were doing on Magento 1 before, but now we have a better performance. It's easiest for us to update the whole stock at a time. And for the front end, yeah, like I told you, the headless approach is very important for us, because we need to decouple things. We need to go with the design and don't care about what's happening on the back end. We need to work parallel on the stuff. So we decided to implement a PWA with Vue Storefront. Why Vue Storefront? Because last year, when I started to work on these projects, PWA Studio unfortunately was not ready. And the other players like Deity, they were doing the whole architecture again, redeveloping everything. So it was a big risk for us to go with a platform like this. And Vue Storefront was the one that was ready. There were some projects live. And Vue.js is quite cool because you have a good learning curve for the developers. It's an easy language to learn. And the checkout, no risk at this time. We are doing a PWA. It's like risky early adopter, so we decided to keep the M2 checkout for now. And for the orders, the returns and stocks orchestration, we wanted to introduce a middleware, because actually our M1 is doing everything, like taking the orders, placing the orders, and then sending it directly to the warehouse. So if something breaks here, we break everything. So we decided to have a new layer and use the Magento 2 APIs to get the orders and then send them to the warehouse. In the first step, we decided to keep the CSV file. I know we are in 2019. Next, in the vision, we would like to introduce a message broker to do this kind of stuff. And then I will speak to you about our road to PWA, what happens. So, as we all know, it all started with buzzwords on events, like all the people are telling, I can't listen anymore about PWA, it's just crazy. Every time I go on an event, I heard like 100 times PWA. On Twitter also, like, it's crazy. And then, of course, I read tons of articles, use cases that were coming, not only from e-commerce, from newspapers. New York Times are adopting it, Twitter. A lot of big brands are actually using PWAs. I'm sorry, the controller is not so good. I meet the actors of PWA, as I told you, the different ones. I meet them in person sometimes by video, just to sharing a little bit what they were doing, the projects that were going on. So it was quite interesting. And we have tested different solutions. We have made a POC with Vue Storefront. We have just implemented our three main pages, the home page, the category, and the product page, just to be sure that we can implement easily our design into it. And it was a success. Like in a couple of weeks, it was working, like with out-of-the-box features. We are very happy with it. And the first PWA impressions in our team was like, this, wow, what is it? It's crazy. So I had some quotes from my team. It's blazing fast, of course. It's the first thing that you can see when you run a PWA. And yeah, no more loading page during the navigation. You just start your app, you see the loading a little bit, and then you move then in the catalog, and no loading page, no blanking page and things like this, so quite cool. And cool, we can browse offline. Our CEO told to everyone, I will be in the subway in Paris and I can order some stuff. I said, no, ordering not possible. You can go till the cart, you can add your product, you can prepare a checkout, but you can't place your order, you need to pay, so you need to have online mode, sorry. And yeah, cool, you can add your application like an app, so you have some advantages. You can increase, of course, the user engagement with push notifications, so it's going to be great in the future. For example, our order, like you place it, and then we ship it, like maybe a few hours after. We can send notifications about this, so it's going to be great that way. And yeah, it's accessible, so very important part, because nowadays the web is like not working for people with disabilities. And in the US, it's a big concern, and in Europe, it's starting to be a big concern also. And of course, we wanted to be innovators in this world. And we would like to be one of the first European brands, fashion brands, having a PWA. The digital team and the C-level were very impressed with the results. They were very happy with the POC, everything. We have made the presentation to our stakeholders, to the board, and they said, yes, let's go, let's do it. So I was lucky. I had a blank page, really, to create a new story at Zadig, so it's quite nice. And now we are almost there. In June, we have launched our first country. We have made a soft launch for the Portugal website. It's a new country we will address. It's live, but we don't talk about it right now. It's just for, let's say, testing to be sure that everything is working. We've made some tests with real users. They were quite impressed with how it is fast, how it's easy to browse. We had some concerns with the M2 checkout because it's very oriented for the US people, like creating the account on the success page. It's quite different. In Europe, we don't use this feature. So we had to do some customizations on the M2 checkout. And it was very interesting to do tests with anonymous persons. We split like with 60% women and 40% men, 40 years old, which is our business, actually, our clients, sorry. And it was very, very nice. We were very happy to see how they react, because you have the audio when they browse your website, and you listen everything they do and what they think about it. We had a nice partner doing this with us. And then came October, so now we are almost there after 10 months, 10 months of hard development with our partners. So it's been very nice, sometimes a bit complicated, of course. It's new technologies, so you can find some bugs that you don't have with M1, for example. And that's it. It's life. You need to address them. You need to correct them and go ahead. So we will launch our European countries very soon. And then we will move back the US to the PWA project, because the US is running on M2, actually, since last year. We are separated. We have one instance in the US and one in Europe. But the idea of this project is to bring all of our countries in the same platform to empower our teams. And from November onwards, we will work more on business needs, like localized payments. As I told you, we implement a lot of localized payments in Holland, in Belgium, in Germany, in Austria, everywhere in Europe. And also new omni-channels features. We would like to be able to order products from the warehouse stock inside the retail shop if we don't have the stock anymore. We want to do also click and collect, like you pay on the website and then you take your items on the shop. It's nice because you create a user experience. You show them how it was on the web, and then it comes to the retail, and you see like it's quite the same atmosphere, and you can show him other products and make upsells. So a special shout out to our partners. We work with 3 agencies actually, and also View Storefront, as I told you. G&G is a Parisian agency. They win the request for quotation. Click and Mortar, it's our old company that were working with us on the M1, but we introduced them on the M2 project also, because it was very important for us to have them, because they know all of our business. And View Storefront, as I told you, for the PWA. So I would like to thank you all. Thank you for having me here. It's quite nice. I don't know if you have any questions. I will be here all day, but I can. No? Great. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Jonathan.